Alright, we're live. It's Thursday evening, and that means we've got some work to do on the farm. Yep, just when you thought the workday was over, it is actually just beginning. We're back in Attingham Park, and we're going to be heading, we're going to be completing one of our contracts, the big contract that we were working on all of last week. I've added a bunch of so many new mods. I've been looking at auto drive, which is really cool. We already heard courseplay, but anywho, that's all for later. Where's our contracts? So this is the one. It's 90% complete. I intentionally didn't finish it. I did a lot of homework though over the last couple of days because I was really trying to get that finished, because I didn't want to spend all day mowing the same field, all stream mowing the same field. However, I think we're gonna have more mowing in our future. What just happened? Did I leave? I did. Okay, I may have accidentally. What is happening? That was very strange. Okay, I may have accidentally left the super strength enabled. Just a quick little throw of the pickup truck. So this is actually ours, which I did not realize a couple weeks ago. That's cool. It's got a GPS view, which is almost certainly not live, but still cool. I'm just going to turn this music up a little bit. So, all these options. We can't unfold the car, I don't think that's a thing. So we're going to drive down to the field. We'll have a look and see where we're at. We have a little bit of baling left to do. Oh boy, Jesus. Sorry, I don't think we actually have any baling left to do. I finished all the baling. I have to stack it up, load it on the trailer. We have to go and deliver it. And then we will be done with this contract. And we'll see where we're at financially. I have another field that we actually own. I'll show that to you. And, oh wow, the map is live. Okay, I'm super impressed. I don't know if I wonder if that's part of this vehicle and that happens in all. Interesting. That's very cool. And I just realized we're going way too fast. But in any case, we're nearing the end of the day, nearing the end of the season. So we're going to take a look. I don't know what we're going to do with the grass on the field that I mowed. That is our grass, because once we complete this contract, we don't have a baler. I don't own a baler, let alone a wrapper, let alone anything to pick it up. So we just have a field with a bunch of grass on the ground. So we're going to have to think about what to do there. We could potentially rent something, or we could just leave it. That we can make decent money by baling it up and selling it. So, but maybe we'll just take on another contract. Let's see what happens to the grass that's cut. Maybe it'll dry, though I think it is going to rain. Alright, I'm just going to park in this lovely spot here. So, this is all the results of the hard work that we did for Caroline. And Caroline is who we want to buy the farm from as well, so we have a quick look at the map here. We are right here on field 42. We actually own the biogas plant. And these vehicles, we don't own them, they're leased to us though, so we have access to them, which has got a mower and windrower, but I don't believe there was a baler of any kind there. What was the other thing that was in here? Zoom way in. What is that? Okay. It's some sort of a trailer. I actually don't know what that is, so I'll have to look that up. But let's finish our current contract first. We just have to pick up the last bits here and deliver that. This field 35 is the one that I mowed. So that is ours, and it's grass, but it has been harvested. So we'll see what we can do with that. So there are a few bales way back in the distance there. Those white ones. I'm gonna go pick them up. Load them up here, and I think it's one trip left. I think that's all we need to do. And then we should be finished with this. Oh, I don't know why I'm using this one actually. I shouldn't be using this one. I left the other one up there. We have 102,000 because I accidentally finished, not accidentally, but I, by happenstance, finished the other contract that we had using this equipment. If you remember in the very first episode, we accidentally accepted 2 contracts, but only rented the equipment for one of them. Fortunately, they used the same equipment, so I actually just used this equipment here to work the other field. Don't tell Carolyn. So, this I don't think we worked with last week. All those white, nicely wrapped bales, many of which we created last week and wrapped up, we're going to load up in here. Can hold 14. Once we get to 14 on here, we're going to go deliver them to the biogas plant. Drop them off, and I think that will push us over the edge to complete this contract, and we'll see where we stand financially after that. Gotta have the beacons on, I forgot about that. The other thing I need to do is I had to slow down time a little bit last time. So we gotta change that back to 3 times. See. Maybe. What do we got? 7? 7 more. There's probably a couple extra here on this field. So the goal is to make enough money to buy that farm from Caroline. It comes with a couple of fields, but I think we'll have to look at it. I don't think they're all just farm fields. I mean, just grass fields, because we're kind of over all the grass fields, right? Alright, this is the last one. Get out of here. Looks like we're leaving behind 1 or 2 bales, but that's okay. There's never been any traffic on this road, so I'm just kind of not even looking anymore. I've made many trips this way since we last played together. The farm we want to buy is actually on the right. There's some of the buildings here, and I did a little walk through there the other day. It's quite nice. This field on the left with all the grass laying around is the one that I mowed. This is actually our field. We own this. I'm having minor regrets about having mowed it when I did, because I don't know if we can actually do anything with it. I have to figure out what that wagon there is. It does look like it has a pickup, so maybe we might be able to use that to pick up that grass, in which case that's what we'll do today. I kind of think that's what it might be. And then I think we might be able to sell it here for some extra money, which would be nice. Oh, I see what that option did that I changed the other day. Where was it? Was it under this? Yeah, reset camera angle. Camera off. If you're wondering why there's a couple of bales there, they seem to be bugged. There were a few that it just would not take. And I'm not sure if there's something wrong with them, but I don't see how. They came from the same field along with the others. It just wouldn't accept them here. We want to see them disappear like that. That means that they are being accepted, and it means we're making progress towards our contract. Contract on field 42 finished. Excellent. So I think if we actually leave this here, return this equipment, I think it's going to, it's just going to disappear and take it away anyway. We actually have silage processing right now. It's running. Building storage. Silage storage is going down. See, I don't know enough about how production chains work yet. Silage. We take an input, and we get power, and we get digested. Okay. So that's what we're currently producing, actually. So there's actually a benefit, even though we did this contract for somebody else. We are currently getting benefit from the fact that we sold it essentially to ourselves. We're now processing it into digestate. Alright, let's collect this contract. It should give us $62,000 and 78. Oh, we could harvest a field. This is not a bad amount. Harvest potatoes. I've never done that. We can lease the equipment for less than $1,000. That seems, honestly, that seems more appealing than dealing with more grass right now. I know I said we were going to do more grass, but I wasn't sure what kind of contracts we would be looking at. Let's have a quick look. We have 163,000. This would get us close to 200,000 total, and we are looking for probably 250 or so. 213 to buy this. Comes with 2 fields, 34 and sorry, just 34. I don't know why this says 51 here. And that is kind of field is that? Oh, I'm gonna guess it's grass. Okay, so it's just on the grass field. Oh, it also comes with field 36. That is not grass. That is currently growing. And it's growing corn. That's a cornfield. Yeah, so I really want that. And corn... Yeah, it's going to be harvest season next month. So we'll have 1 month after that. So if we can get enough money in the next month to buy the farm, we could potentially, this is going to be real tight, we might be able to potentially harvest that cornfield before the end of the year. The problem will be we won't have any equipment to do that with. So, let's harvest some potatoes. I think that's what we should do. I think that's going to give us the most money. This is just more baling. Let's harvest potatoes. We've accepted that. I do want to just take a quick look at what that machinery is that we have there. I think... it's a forage wagon. It's this one. Yeah, we have one leased. Forage wagon collects grass, hay, or straw. It can also be filled with chaff. Okay, so I wonder if we can actually, before we start on that contract, because let's see how much money we can make. Let's grab our tractor. Let's use the windrower. Let's do a couple of rows there. It's going to get late here, but I want to try it. I don't know what the state is going to be of the grass next season, and it is going to be raining. So we may be working late tonight. So the plan would be to try to process our grass as late into the night today as we can, and then do the contract next season, and then see if we can buy the farm in November and still harvest the cornfield. Seems extremely optimistic, but hey, I can give it a shot, right? Alright, I've never used a windrower. I know what they do. It's a nice job. It really kind of gathers together the grass nicely, and we might hire a worker to help us do that if it helps. If it means that we can be faster at gathering it up. So, let's unfold this puppy. Basically, see how the grass is all way spread out all over the place? This is going to gather it all up into a nice line. Is there anything else I need to do? Do I need to lower it? Sure do. There we go. That basically makes it much quicker then to pick it all up with a forage wagon. So, see how it's even a nice line? That's what we're after. So I'm going to go around in a loop here, and we'll get the edges, and then we'll see if we can get an AI worker to do the rest of it for us while we can't grab the forage wagon. Darn, we only have one tractor. There's no multitasking for us. Well, this is a fairly wide radius, so hopefully we won't have to spend too much time on this. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how much we can forage, and then see what kind of value we get out of that financially, and see if it's worthwhile doing this over the contract. Let's see which one we do first. awkward little corner here. Well, if nothing else, we're holding true with the stream title. We are mowing lawns. Well, we're not technically mowing. We did mow a lot of them. I'm actually going to set up some GPS. Oh no, this doesn't have GPS. Never mind. I was going to say, speed this up a little bit. This is one of the things we did not have to do on the last contract because they provided us with a mower that essentially did this for us. The mower I used here, the mower that we own / lease have access to, did not have a sort of built-in windrower. It didn't leave it in a single line. This is still better than I think that first mower because it gathers up more of the grass together than that first one did, but it is definitely an extra step. It's going to be a long night, but we'll see if it's worth it. We'll just work late into the night, see how much money we can make off this. I did, Squires. Yes, we finished the baling job. We're on to the next. This one's going to be slightly different. This is actually a field that we own. So we're getting closer with the money. We are at... That's not the right button. We are at 161,000. We need about... Well, realistically, we probably need another 100k just to get ourselves actually set up once we buy the farm. But we need about 60,000 to be able to afford farm that I want to buy. Until we get there, we're gonna see how much money we can get off our own field here. This is all our own. I cut this last week, or after the last stream. We are gathering it up right now, and then we have a little forage wagon to pick this all up, and I believe we can... I don't know if we can sell this directly, or if we just store it at the BGA, the biogas plant. I guess. So, I'm not as familiar with that, but I figured, you know what, we'll do this, and we'll see what it leaves us with. And we took another contract as well that is potato harvesting, which I've never done before, so that should be interesting. We should be able to hopefully get to that today, or at least get started. What I really want to know is when we buy the farm, it will come with a cornfield, and we have 2 months, 2 seasons to harvest that. And it would be a shame to buy the farm with a field that is ready to harvest and then not be able to harvest it because we ran out of time. So there's a little bit of a time crunch now to get this money so we can buy it. But we are running out of daylight, as you can see. Though farming at night in this game is actually kind of fun. It looks quite nice. Need a bit of night farming. If we had a second tractor, I would have an AI worker do this while I gather this up to really kind of cut down on the time it takes to do this, but unfortunately we only have this one tractor. Yeah, you also plant in this game, absolutely. So once, the thing is right now all the fields have got stuff on it, but if we end up with a field that has no crop, you have to seed it first. Well, sometimes you actually have to cultivate the field first, or you can plow it, and you seed it, and you wait. So yeah, you do plant. I don't have a ton of experience planting. I've only planted a couple of seeds. It's all very similar, right? Like in the end, a lot of what you do is you drive across the field to either cut it, bale it, harvest it, plant it, cultivate it, seed it, whatever. You're always always driving over the field, doing something to the soil or what's on it. But so if we just leave the field as is, I think grass will always just grow back. I think. I'm not entirely sure though actually what happens if we just ignore this field completely. One of the reasons I cut the grass is because I don't really want to have a grass field. That's not particularly interesting. Though I think you can make decent money with grass and silage, is my understanding. As a matter of fact, all the bales of grass that we dropped off at the biogas plant behind us, they seem to be doing something. They're currently being processed into, I almost said decongestant, but it was digestate. So I think it is being turned into something for feed, maybe. We'll figure that out later. Oh, there goes the sun, right down the horizon. It's actually quite pretty. So once we have this field completely taken care of, we will eventually cultivate it and then we'll plant something, I think. Because in the end, you're going to plant something, then harvest it. Let's say it's wheat or something, and you turn that into you can turn it into hay to feed your animals. You can sell it to the bakery, which will turn it into flour. We'll sell it to the place that turns it into flour, which then turns it into bread at the bakery, and I think that's really when you can start making money. I'm not sure. That's my thinking anyway. So they have all these production chains in the game now where you have to grow the right thing to then produce the next thing that goes into the next product, and so on and so forth. It's time for some lights. Probably don't need them all yet. I think we're actually looking good on time. We're going to run into the night here, but we should be able to... This is going to require a couple more passes with the windrow here, and then we're good, I think. There is weather, yes. You don't really want to drive in the rain if you can avoid it. In fact, the weather forecast... let's look at it real quick. The weather forecast for October, which is the next season, is rain. So, November, rain. December, snow, and sun. This is a horrible forecast. Rain, rain, snow, sunshine in February, followed by 2 months of rain. So, and I also installed a mod that will actually create muddy conditions. So when it is raining and the fields get muddy, you can get stuck with the tractor. And even at the best case scenario, if you don't get stuck, you're gonna lose speed, and it's gonna be messy. Yep, mud runner, exactly. So this is the easy part of the year. We are going to be in for some problems, I think, once we hit the next month. Now, hopefully it will not rain the entirety of that month, but it definitely has an impact on your harvests. If the weather's bad, things don't grow as well. If you get a really cold winter, you get frost, you run into some big problems. Look at the lights. I love the lights on these tractors. It's not dark outside at all. It doesn't matter. We make our own light. almost done with this. And we can see how this forage wagon works. I assume we just drive over the grass trails there and it'll gather it all up. It does seem to have a pickup very similar to the baler we used. It's just that it doesn't bale it into anything. It just drops it in the back of the wagon. And then we'll see where we drop that off. One more pass. This does not have to be perfect. It just has to be good enough to make our life a little bit easier when it comes to picking it up. So this I think is going to be our last pass down and back. And we'll get the forage wagon and we'll see what we got. This way, I think. Let's see if I can spin it around here and put it back into the barn here. It's just shed more easily. Okay, there's that. Just change one setting here. I don't actually need a clutch on this, so I'm going to change brake to the clutch. So, how does this thing work? Unload, AI worker, we don't want to do that. Turn on loading wagon and lower pickup. So pretty much the same as all the other stuff we've used so far. Boy, this tractor is dirty. Can't see a thing. Let's just make a, we're going to do a pass straight down the middle of the field here and see what kind of a gain we get. Oh, that's interesting. Look at that. Just picks it all up like that. Just trying to get an idea of, yep, it's doing exactly what I thought it would do. Just loading it all in the back of the wagon there. I'm just trying to get an idea of how long is this going to take. I'm trying to pick this all up. It's filling up pretty quickly. 20% and we're still on this first row. This is where I wish I had high beams. It's great visibility to the sides of the tractor, not so much to the front of me. Pretty good though. It seems to be doing a pretty good job of picking stuff up. It's reasonably wide. It has definitely made a difference going through the effort of windrowing this all together because we have these nice lanes that we just have to follow. We'll more or less get this all cleaned up. Excuse me. Some grass on my throat. Oh, we're full. Oops, okay. Did it automatically stop? Oh, it did. Okay. It actually shut itself down. So, now, I'm not 100% sure where we put this. I think we put it in... Actually, I'm not sure. Of the... It's supposed to be the moon coming up. So, I don't know if we can... deposit it as if this is a place. Yeah, see, look at this. Fill level chaff 0. Oh, and then we would compact it. I don't think we have anywhere else to store this. I don't think we can just dump it in front of that like we did with the silage bales. If we do that, I think it'll just... I think it will just disappear. Okay, let's have a look at the map here real quick. I want to try to get this right. Sawmill. I mean, none of that's gonna take any of that. That's bales. Prices. Grass. Okay, so here's where we can actually sell it, but that's probably bales, not just raw grass. Price is not great, it's not terrible. It's just really far away. I know I can dump it in here. Pretty sure. Let's give this a try. Can I? Wait. No, I guess I can't. See, it says unload here, but I don't know about that. putting it right on the ground. I don't think that's what we want to do. Stuck on how? Jesus Christ. It's the one thing about this location here, it's awful. It's tiny. Actually, I wonder if I can go and pick that back up. No, so that actually just compacts it. So this is one way to do it, is where you do put it in here, you compact it, and it will turn it into something later. I don't quite remember what that is, but you can see the compacting percentage on the left. So this is something you can do with chaff. So that is theoretically something we could do with this grass, but it's not going to make us any money, at least not now. So let's take a look and see if we can actually, if we can sell it at this drop-off point here where I was selling the bales, but I don't think so. So usually that's great. See, this is actually currently working. Because things are happening here. I actually want to... So we are currently making... We are consuming silage. We're making this digestate. That's the outgoing product that's being stored. There's a whole bunch of words here that I'm not sure exactly what they mean, but this seems like it's going to make us money at some point. See, now it does say unload here, but it just feels like it's just going to... Is that actually going in there? I think it is. Nope, it's not. It's just appearing on the ground. Okay. So... nothing we can really do here. At least I can pick that up again. There we go. So we've got two choices. We could drive it all the way over to the next place there and try to sell it there. And I'm thinking we should do it at least once and see what kind of return we actually get. If it's worth it, we'll do it. If it's barely worth anything, then we won't. And I believe it was over here. Attingham livestock bales. So just down the road and across. So it's actually not too far away, which is good. Let's give it a look. Let's see if that is going to be worth it or not. I'm not convinced. I feel like this may be a lot of trips back and forth for very little return in the middle of the night. So we might just we'll take a look and see what we get, and then we'll decide if we want to continue this or we leave it. We see what happens in October, and we will just maybe focus on the potato harvest contract. I should actually, just to make sure we get this accurate, I should pick up some more of the grass here. Make sure we get a 100% load over there. 23,000 liters. That is not nothing. It's quite a bit of grass. There's our pickup truck. Okay, so this is right across the street here. So at least it is somewhat convenient to get to. Might be able to just dump it right in the barn there. This is their animals. So they've got a big cow farm here. So we might, I mean, they've obviously got bales there of grass and hay. This is... what is this? That's okay, to purchase manure. Yeah. So it'll be the barn there. Let's give it a try. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? We've been dumping grass all over the place here. Maybe we'll actually get some money for it this time. I like to pretend that I know how to reverse a trailer. I feel like the camera does not help me. I do not like how... I wish the camera would stay more stationary at times. Okay, start overloading grass. Alright, that's a good sign. Let's keep an eye on the money real quick. So we're at 162,336. So, oh right, it even tells us. So it's just over 3,000. That's actually not bad. That'll add up pretty quick if we make a few of those trips. I think we need to do that. It would be a waste, especially we may not do the whole field, but we should do it for a little while. It is still only 7:36 in the evening, so it is not technically that late yet even. I know we have no more daylight left, but I think we need to, you know, we could make 10 trips, that's 30 grand. That's pretty much what we would need in addition to the potato contract to then get our farm. And it also means that we don't have all this grass laying around, because I don't know what will happen if it rains on it the next day. Actually curious if you have to sleep or if you can actually work through the entire night into the next season. I'm curious how that is handled. I'm not sure. Or if midnight is like the cutoff, as soon as the run out, that's the end of it. So there's our field. I may actually do a little bit of a cheat here and just go through the hedge. Save us a little bit of time. Realistically, to do this the best way possible, we should sell as much of this as we can until we get too bored of it, and then the rest we should drop off in that silage depot thing there at our BGA and compress it ourselves. And then that will turn into silage. I think I've seen this there was a video about this. There's so much to learn about this and how farming works. Yeah, there's at least 30 grand, maybe 50 grand worth of grass on this field here, and I don't think we can afford to just snub our nose at. We're just going to have to work late. That's what farmers have to do. So on quick guess, it looks like it probably, depending on how long it takes me to back up, takes about 20 in-game minutes for one trip, which is it's not bad. Let's see, I feel like most of the time I have an easier time backing up in first person, but not this time. Nope, it's good enough. So we don't have to be super accurate. Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of experience backing up trailers in Euro Truck and American Truck Simulator, and I usually always do that in first person, and I don't know why. It just works better. The only thing is it's not as easy, even with Track IR, to look around in this thing, because the camera's a little bit more jumpy. I feel like just looking around. So it's a bit more difficult, but actually looking over my left shoulder seems to work pretty well in this particular tractor. I feel like the tractors always have two different camera angles over your left and right shoulder. One of them is inside the cab, the other shoulder takes you outside the cab, and I think that's probably done intentionally so that you can look over the shoulder to get a better look at the connections and stuff. So for backing up, I think if I look over my left shoulder, that'll be good. So I'm thinking we should set ourselves some sort of a... Well, we'll see how much of the field we can get done by the time we hit midnight or 200,000. If we make it all the way to 200,000, we'll go to sleep. That would be our goal. But that's going to take, I think, longer than midnight will take. We do about 4 trips an hour if we're speedy. That's 12,000 an hour. We have 4 hours of day left. That actually, we might be able to make it to the 20,000. Oh, I forgot to take my shortcut. Another way to do this more efficiently, which I'm not doing right now, is if I went about 50% into the field until it gets to 50% full and then turned around. It would save me a little bit of backtrack time, but... Also, just noting that the repair status of this tractor is starting to go down. I know I kind of jammed up the trailer there earlier, but I got to be a little bit careful, I think. That yellow bar is getting lower and lower. Occurred to me I should take a look and see if I can demolish part of the hedge there by the road and just put in a gate or an opening so that I don't have to feel like cheating when I drive through it. I feel like that field probably should have an opening to the road anyway, just like these two here. Should have a small opening like that. Really, it's far less picky on this side. Is it closed, I wonder? Nope, start overloading. Weird. Sometimes, it seems really buggy in this game. Sometimes it will show you at the bottom, like, go ahead and do it. And then other times it just won't. And you're left wondering, like, am I just going to dump this out? Or is it actually going to give me money for it? Yep, it's showing. It shows it in the very top right. It only shows up briefly, but it's also in like green. So a lot of times the green text is on grass or something like that. But we're making just over 3,000. It was like 3,063, 3,058 for each load. Oh, you know what? It might be covered on the stream. Oh, it is. Okay. That's actually not ideal. Here, hold on. I think there is kind of... I feel like there is some critical things up there. There. Now, you should be able to see that. I gotta look and see if there's maybe a way to move the HUD down a bit, but... Yeah, okay, that's a good point. I don't think the banner is as important as having that up there, because it even has the time of day, the money, the weather, and all that stuff. It's probably more useful information. We're actually making pretty good money off this. It's a little bit monotonous going back and forth, and it's unfortunately in the dark, but... Like I said, it's essentially free money laying in our field here. Can't really ignore that. I'll use it. Kind of nice looking at the sky. There's the biogas plant there. It's a pretty map. They've done a really nice job with the lighting in this game, I feel like, at night. The way that these lights shine, it seems very realistic. It seems really cool. the money should be going up in the top right. Yeah, there it goes. And then when it's finished, it will actually show how much we earned on that particular dump. Delivery. Not dump. Delivery. 3,065. Oh, I got us stuck again. This wagon, I swear to God. Yes, I think it does. There are seasons where you cannot plant certain crops, which I believe you can turn off if you just want to plant whenever you want. But I do have it on, so there's certain times of the year where we can plant a certain seed and harvest it. But it does... the weather and everything does impact how well things grow, and it also impacts, you know, like things like cold and freezing periods of rain and all that stuff, like, will impact negatively and positively. So you can, you can control some things by fertilizing and all that stuff to improve the soil and whatnot, but the weather, not much you can do about it. Yeah, that's actually a good point. So I know that there are wet seasons that have an impact and cold seasons that have an impact. I suspect that if there are very long dry seasons like droughts, I'm sure that I don't know how you could build a farming simulator and not consider droughts, so I'm quite certain it will be part of it. Though it will also probably depend on the climate of the map. So this map is set in England, so there may not be as much drought. Rain is probably the bigger concern. Though with climate change and all that stuff, it certainly has the potential to have big droughts too. And it's not like Europe hasn't had droughts recently, so. Which is one of the reasons I think why investing in animals at some point is a good idea. Because they are not quite as affected by the seasons. And when you have a good crop, so, you know, if we had animals, for example, we wouldn't be selling this, we wouldn't be keeping this, all this grass. Just like we're selling it to an animal farm right now, because they're going to use it for feed. So we would be doing the same thing if we had, but we're not at that stage yet. We're not in a position to keep animals just yet. But soon, I think the farm that I want to buy does have a, I wanted to say, I think it's, I don't remember if it's cows or sheep. It has a barn for some animals, that's for sure. So funny, this seems to be outside the zone, but that's where I get the trigger to show up, so this is actually easier because I can't get the wagon stuck like I did last time. Alright, I think I'm gonna... Well, we're gonna do 2 more trips, and then we'll call it good. Just because I don't really want to spend this whole time... 2 reasons. I don't want to spend the whole time just hauling grass in the middle of the night. But also, I kind of want to see what happens to that grass the next morning or next month. Because maybe we can still gather it then in the daylight. That would be fine. Just trying to curious, but I know that if we get to 186,000 and the contract we have is 32, let's call it 30, it'll get us right into that sweet spot where we can buy the farm and then not have any money for anything left over, but that's okay. We can always own a farm and still do contracts, but at least we will have some property where we can hang our head at night. We can get out of that hotel, which I'm sure is lovely, but hotel life, don't want to do that for too long. And actually that will be good, because with these 2 trips we will have cleaned up a large portion of this field. grass and ends here as much as possible. Every time I drive in this direction, I feel like it's getting lighter outside, but it is not, of course, because it's still barely after 9 in the evening. Time multiplication factor right now I have set to 3 times, but it can be set to anywhere from real time to definitely 5 times. I'm not sure. It's the little 3 underneath the 2118 on the top, yeah. So, you know, if I really wanted to, and I did this when I was doing quote-unquote homework, I slowed down the time a little bit because I wanted to get through some of that stuff without running into the dark, because I didn't want, you know, this whole stream to be in the dark. I wanted to maximize the time available, but so if I really wanted to, you know, I could do this whole field tonight, no problem. I just turn on real time, but it's not that critical to get it all done, and I am kind of curious to see what happens if we don't. So that's one of the reasons why I'm going to do this. Is the last trip I'm going to do for this, and then we're going to sleep. And we will then see what happens in October. I suspect we're going to wake up to rain and a wet and muddy field with kind of soggy, wet grass. I don't know what we do with that. Maybe we can still pick it up, potentially. If we can't, we'll just leave that and ignore it and get to work on the potato harvest. I think we can harvest potato in the rain, though I can see that becoming extremely muddy, so that could be... there could be some excitement in that. Keep driving in first person here because I actually find it much easier to spot in the dark here, to spot where the next bit of grass is here for us to pick up. Alright, last load is on the way. We will have made about 24,000 bucks. That's not bad. So that means we did about 8 trips. The cool thing is that at some point in the future we can potentially buy this farm where we're currently selling all this grass to. So there's really like a lot of room for expansion in this game, and you can hire a whole bunch of AI workers, including some excellent add-ons to improve those. So, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of hours can be put into a single map before you move on to the next one. So I'm kind of hopeful to continue this. I will probably keep doing stuff outside of the stream just to keep pushing things along. But I'm always going to aim to sort of keep the new and exciting things for Thursday nights. And then I'll do the mundane thing, like, you know, if I can still deliver some of this grass, I might do that between now and the next stream just to, you know, get the money from it, but I don't need to be doing that on a Shack stream. So we're going to drive down to where we parked the pickup truck, stash the tractor in a field, drive the pickup truck back to the hotel, and move on to the next season. Also means we can switch to regular driving lights. We're no longer working the field. Nice. Like I said, the lighting is great in this game, especially the lights lighting. The actual beacon, the headlights, the tail lights, all that stuff. So that's where we parked that. We're just going to park this on the side of the road here, right in front of this lovely person's field. Oh, we should probably turn the lights off. That GPS actually does give a live satellite image, which is pretty cool. I can't even get that in my car, not with that background. Oops. Too fast. Yes, we're in the UK. I'm driving on the left side of the road. It feels very weird. Seems like we're going far too fast for this being at night on these little roads. But we are sleepy. We want to get to the hotel. Nice drink at the hotel bar. And then see what the next morning brings. I think I can pass him here. Yikes. Oh darn. I believe the hotel is just to the right here. car has the strangest transmission where you really have to feather the pedal. I don't think I'm supposed to park here, but that is where we are going to park, because right through there is the sleep point. So let's see. Sleep. We're gonna wake up. Let's do 7 in the morning. We'll see what we wake up to. $7,000 in vehicle leasing costs, 180 property, and 67 production costs. Okay, well, I'm glad we did that, because that just cost us much money. Good news. It doesn't seem to be raining yet. It's still very dark out. Let's have a quick look at the forecast. Ooh, did we get lucky? A little bit of rain midday, and that's it. I think we might have gotten lucky. Just overcast the whole day, all the way through, with just a short 1-hour rain period. Okay, I think we got very lucky with that. Since we are here, I should go check out the equipment that we have for our contract, because it should just be right around the corner. I feel like my jump has been superhumanized. It's not here? Did I not say to lease the equipment when I took the contract? Did I not do that? I don't think I did that. Or can we still do that from the... Shit. We're supposed to do... Yeah, oh damn it. Totally screwed up. That sucks. The problem is, I think for some reason, yeah, see, the way you have to do contracts, if you want to borrow the equipment, you have to do it before you accept the contract. Once you accept the contract, like I did here, you can no longer borrow the equipment. So I accepted this contract, and I don't have any of the tools to actually fulfill the contract. The good news is there are a couple of new contracts here that have appeared that maybe we should do instead. 67,000 for harvesting sugar beet. Field 33, or we could do this one for slightly less. This is field 2, also sugar beet. Let's have a quick look. I'm guessing the difference will be the size of the field. 33 versus 2. 33 is a really awkward size. Field 2 is not that bad. We've actually done this field once at the very, very first episode. So 44,000 is still better than the first one we had. So see, if I borrow these items and now I accept the it's like it's accepted it, right? But if I just accept first, like I did with this one, I can't actually do it. So I'm gonna have to cancel this. Which is annoying. I feel like you should have the option. That's one part that's not super well designed. So, but now that we have that, we're going to do sugar beets and potatoes. That's okay. This equipment looks... This is a pretty sweet looking machine. Look at that logo on there, that emblem. That is a big boy. I've not used one of these before, though. It's just a sort of like a combine, but it's going to be digging around in the ground, I guess. We've got a trailer, I mean a tractor for an actual trailer. That is a big tractor. That's a nice big John Deere. What else do we have? There's probably the trailer, the actual trailer for that truck is probably around the corner here. Yeah, and the wagon and the header trailer. Oh, that's going to be exciting. I am going to kind of jump around real quick to... Is this where we left it? Yeah. To our truck here, tractor, because I want to have a quick look and see what the field looks like the next morning and if it is still harvestable. Because if it is, I will actually finish that field off between now and next Thursday, and then we can start the sugar beet contract on Thursday for the stream. I feel like that would be the way to go. I think we got really lucky with the weather. And also kind of lucky that, even though I screwed up the one contract, there were actually better contracts available afterwards. So that's the neighboring field. That's slowly growing grass. I guess it's not being used right now. And then this here is our field. Looks like it's still good. Good as in... can still go ahead and pick up this stuff. You can see though the grass has already started growing a little bit. Like this, the leftover grass is it is growing again. So it doesn't take very long for it to continue to start growing again. So if we don't want that, we're going to have to do something different with it next time. All right, Squires, thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. See you next week. Do some sugar beet farming. I'm just going to do a little bit of cleanup here and wait for the sun to come up. Maybe take a nice screenshot for the next post at shacknews.com.
check something here just before calling an end to the stream. There's one thing I want to change again actually on my controls.
this one? Yeah. Okay, so let's see. This is the build mode. I want to see if I can't put a... Can I do this? Landscaping, painting, sculpting, painting. Can I paint here? No, I guess not. Land is not owned. I can put it on here. I don't... Oh, okay, so it looks like these hedges are just outside of what I can... where I can plant. Okay, we're just gonna have to keep on passing through that. So this is where we're gonna do some work next episode, next week, on Thursday. 7 o'clock Pacific time on Shacknews.com, and here, of course, twitch.tv/Shacknews. So, hope to see you then. Enjoy your week. Take care of yourselves, and looking forward to another round of Farm Sim in just under a week, technically, next Thursday. See you then. Take care, folks.